he has done work on several other systems, several other massive online games, in fact. And he has a good story for us as well.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
And then we break in a new, one of the unheard authors, a new author for next month's Jump Point. And as soon as Tim's finished, we have a Spectrum Dispatch series coming from Rob Waters. So Rob Waters is doing the Spectrum Dispatch after Tim, and Griffin Barber is doing the Jump Point. That's too long an answer. What else?
Well, what's our next brochure?
What's the next brochure? I'm not an authority on that.
It has been changing.
It has been changing. I will say Hornet, and you'll tell me if I'm right or wrong. It is the Hornet. Next brochure is the Hornet.
Hornet.
And so we'll convince you all that the Hornet is the best ship ever, and then we'll do the Freelancer, and then we'll do the Constellation. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah,
okay.
That's right. And I think the Hornet's coming out the weekend I'm getting married, so somebody else is going to have to be the one who takes care of that late tonight, Friday.
Are we going to see brochures for the limited ships?
Yep, someday. Not before the hangar.
Yeah, the first 5 brochures are the 5 basic ships. I know that much.
Yeah, Chris has promised brochures for the other ships, but they're further in the future.
And maybe we won't release them the same day as the commercial, so nobody pays any attention to them. That commercial was sweet.
Yeah, that kind of blew the brochure away.
If it makes you feel better, I've read the brochure as many times as I've seen that commercial.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that. Yes. Don't believe everything you read either.
Well, of course, it's marketing after all. Double marketing.
That was an interesting experience, pretending to be a BMW salesman to write that brochure. I was kind of broke my head for the rest of the day after I was coming up with those captions.
I was trying to explain to some people how marketing tried to sell things, and this is a company within Universe trying to practically sell you a car per se. You know, so approach it that way. Buzzwords, different words that people can say and get away with it, even if it has a different meaning. Saying so.
One of the really neat things about the brochures, when Chris first came to me and said, let's do a brochure, and I went off and I found some wonderful futuristic fonts. Some science fiction fonts, something a little, one of them was a little reminiscent of the Star Trek, and some really sweet fonts. And I came back to Chris and I said, how about these? He said, none of them. He said, make it modern. The ship will sell the fact that it's science fiction. And otherwise, it's just regular text. And he's right. But it makes it much more believable. If the whole thing were in some sort of science fiction, you wouldn't believe it.
It'd be cheesy. Right?
Yeah.
I think if you want an example of the impact that David Ladyman has in this process, take a look at our original brochure for the Constellation we did during the last live stream and compare it to the Aurora and the 300i, and you will see what he adds to the table.
Thank you. Sure, what he says.
It's a cool brochure, but it's nowhere near as cool as it is the 2 he's worked on.
Are we going to see those kind of company sell videos per se on other ships other than the 300i? Those look like a lot of effort.
I'm not sure if we're allowed to promise that yet, but yes we are. Maybe not day and date again. It was a lot of work making those both happen at the same time, so we'll see.
A lot of the work is that the ships were just barely ready in time. If we could have gotten ahead, and it sounds like we're doing a brochure on a ship that's already finished, that makes it just a little easier.
Hopefully. There's a guy who does the commercials, Hannes Appel in Germany. He also did the pitch video, so he has a lot of work from other people, and so his schedule's limited. We will grab him when we can, and we definitely want to do more commercials. In fact, you may see some more commercials later tonight if you stay up a while.
That's a maybe. It could just be a ploy just to stay up all night.
Maybe.
Completely destroy whatever you had planned for tomorrow.
All you nerds here watching us on Friday night.
What are you doing? Go outside.
So tell us how you got here.
How I got here. I started at Origin Systems about 2 months after Wing Commander 1 released. I wish I could say that I was part of that whole thing, but I wasn't. In fact, it was just after Wing Commander 1 and Ultima 6, which are both iconic games. But I came on with Origin, and then I was the publications editor there, which meant that anything that went out the doors I was involved in. My team did the manuals, did the game guides, did the install guides. Back in the day when you had to do a 28-page install guide to get a game loaded.
So those manuals were famous for having like fiction in the manuals,
yes.
Right?
And we did, in fact, show and tell time. We did have some of that.
No way.
But that's a James game.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't care about that. Here's an install guide. Took this much to tell you how to get the game loaded. It wasn't as bad as Ultima 7, where you had to stop your computer and reboot it to a new operating system because the current 386, 486 operating system was just not good enough. You have
Editing your boot disk. Wow.
yeah, editing the boot disk. Voices of War. This was for Wing Commander Armada, and it had letters from the soldiers, the Confederation Oath of Service. Had a letter from a kid, a 3-year-old, writing to her dad, asking him when he's going to come home. I'm left-handed, and I wrote that right-handed to make it look like a little kid.
Oh, nice.
But commander's logs of the whole process, and various others. Yes, we tried to put it into the fiction of the game because we figure if you're reading the manual, it's because you want to be more immersed in the game.
So we're getting awesome stuff right now with regards to the fiction and the brochures. Are we going to get a Star Citizen's manual of similar caliber with in fiction stuff?
It's going to be like this thick.
It won't be that thick.
No Janes.
But Chris promised 4 to 6 pages on Jump
Installation.
Point. This one's 56. He's promised 42 pages on the manual. It may be longer.
Are you going to have it like when you boot up the game in order to verify your authentication? You have to go to a certain page and look the certain paragraph.
Absolutely. That's one of the best mechanics there for making sure that you haven't bootlegged the game.
It just annoys the pirates so much they don't want to play.
Yes. Oh. But I came on as publications editor. I built a wonderful team. And the folks who are aware of these materials know Melissa Tyler, Tuesday Phrase, Chris McKevin, and Jennifer Spohr. And they went out and did a great job on the documentation. In '97, we broke off and became Ink and Monkey God Studios and named ourselves after a Dilbert comic strip. And we started doing game guides and documentation basically for the massive online games. So for EverQuest, EverQuest 2, Atron's Call 2, Dark Age of Camelot, and several subsequents, Star Wars Galaxy several times over, et cetera, et cetera. And it came around to when Chris announced the game, I happened to be standing nearby. And actually, I told a story that may have helped. Richard Garriott was there, and I said that Chris is my favorite producer of all time. And Richard challenged that. And I said, well, for me, it was because at that time, the documentation had to be done and printed. To do one of these, it took 3 weeks. To do a disc, it took 1 week. So the disc could be 2 weeks later than when this went into the printer. And we often had to make stuff up as far as what to put in the manual. And I went to Chris and said, we need to know the install process because it's about to go to press. And he said, write what you want to, and we'll install it that way. And I said, yeah, that's my kind of producer. But then right after the last live feed, not right after, on December 20th, Thursday morning at 12:30 in the morning, Chris sent me an email and said, I need this done, and can you make it happen in the next 40 hours? So we made the first jump point in 40 hours. There was a lot of material already. Ben had written material for it and other things, but we got a jump point done in 40 hours, and I'm getting to do jump point after that.
So you're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, I love the jump points.
It's fun. It's as long as people are enjoying reading it, then it's going to work for me.
What I remember most, one of the things I remember most about Wing Commander 3 is opening up the box, and then there was this pamphlet in there about if you were on the carrier, what you would read and what you would see and stuff. And it was nonsense stuff that meant nothing, but it was trying to give you that feel that you're actually on the carrier.
Yeah, you got that in.
Say it's almost forgotten.
Yeah, that probably is in there.
Yeah, I was shocked because I picked up Wing 3 on GOG and just like having like 5 different PDFs of all this different stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just saying hi to my little brother Tyler.
You guys have seen this, right?
Yeah.
This is
That's the chocolate bar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
5 pounds of Hershey's chocolate. We'll get it online here in a minute.
How much? Did
Hey, you
they
gonna
pay
sell
Chris
that in the
to
store?
model for
Huh?
You gonna sell that online?
I know.
And this is the Wing Commander Confederation Handbook. It is the book about the movie Wing Commander, with and it again is written in fiction.
Ben knows everything.
It's news releases from the game. It is dossiers on the pilots in the game, in the movie. I'm sorry, and ship descriptions and the fiction, and we had a lot of fun putting that together also. Yes, it's a cool book.
So why is half of it not in color?
Because it is cheaper, imagine this, to print in black and white than it is in color. So yes, I didn't flip to the pages in the back there in black and white. We had it's sort of just a discussion with the publisher on how much of it to make in color, how much of it to make in black and white. Now, one other thing here. That is my official Wing Commander.
Whoa.
I will take that home. And I'll take it
Bomber
off.
jacket, yeah.
I'll take it off.
And I would wear it, except it's 100 degrees out there.
I would wear it anyway.
Let's stop someone else wearing a leather
Yeah, exactly.
jacket.
Hey, did you see the stuff I
Stop
was wearing earlier today?
But it's fun working on the team that Chris is leading. It's sure I could say that and stroke him, but it is.
It really is.
I can imagine.
Most fun I've ever had at work.
This is really neat, and I'm glad I was in the right place at the right time to get involved in it. And as long as we can keep making you all happy with the jump points and the brochures and the fiction, we're doing good.
How big has God Studios become since you started doing this?
How big has it become?
Yeah.
It started off with 5. We're down to me and some contractors. There isn't as much call for this stuff. There aren't as many of the massive online games coming out, and it's so it will support a little, but not as much as it supported a decade ago.
That's too bad.
Yeah, but it's a living, and it's fun doing it.
I bet you have a lot of fun.
And it's some staying up too late getting things done also.
That's
48 hours at the last minute, too.
Yeah, that type of thing.
I mean, Star Citizen is seeing a lot of success now with this model, with this like this high production, early fan access to information and supplemental information being generated in the building process. I mean, you might see more business in the future, as people think, Star Citizen made, $20 billion doing this, then.
There are some trade-offs because it takes, I'm getting paid. And some of what I'm producing is actual game content, but a lot of it is ancillary content. And it takes extra money, extra manpower to do the extra stuff.
What do you mean by ancillary content?
You don't need a brochure. A brochure is wonderful, but you don't need a brochure. You're making a game here. But so ancillary content is the brochures, it's the jump points, it's the commercials, it's anything that isn't the game itself.
Right.
But it's a universe we're creating, and jump points and brochures and commercials fit in that universe.
Absolutely.
Well, who's to say you can't put that stuff in game anyway?
Yeah.
I would love to just go up and pick up the 300 series thingy, at an Origin dealership. Of course, that falls
probably,
way behind all the other fun stuff.
Well, That's easy, and it probably will be possible, and it won't matter that much because you can get one anyway. But yeah.
Well, yeah, but seeing my character hold that would just be really neat.
Make a note.
I think.
Have the commercial.
He wants to post pictures on Facebook.
Yeah.
Are we done, or are we?
Oh, well.
No? Okay.
Oh, yes.
No. I'm here as long as you're.
Oh,
useful.
okay. I just got my phone buzzed. Someone was telling me on Twitter that it's a great interview with David Ladyman. Really interesting to see everything he's worked on. So
You're interesting.
Sure, I
Good.
am.
Aha, we've got it.
All right,
Jump
thanks,
Point is
Johnny.
is
Jump Point
live.
is
yes.
Good.
So go read it.
Yeah.
Although
Subscribe.
I imagine people already have.
Subscribe.
Yes,
Mhm.
do that. It is totally worth it.
The awesome discussions we have in the subscriber subforum thing are riveting.
Cool.
And that's a special subscriber thing we're not allowed to talk about. That's cool too. If one were to
If it
exist.
exists.
If it exists.
If it exists. But there's only way to find out.
I've always wondered, at Origin, did you have an editing pass on the licensed novels and things, or is that somebody else?
Nope. In fact, I was the. You know what the Bible is. The Bible is all of the facts about a game. I was the keeper of, for a while, keeper of both the Ultima Bible and the Wing Commander Bible. And in fact, the novelization contracts went through me as well. So yes, I had a pass on the fiction. Are you thinking of anything that was wrong in the book?
Oh, no. I love those books.
But,
Well, on page 3.
yeah, I didn't do the first couple of Ultima novels, but I did all the others. And I got a trip out to Los Angeles at one point to go watch the voice taping, the voice recording of the Wing Commander cartoon, Wing Commander Academy cartoon.
Now available on DVD, thanks to the hard work of someone in this room.
Is it available on DVD?
DVD, yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'll have to talk to you about. I won't trade the jacket for it, but I'll.
I will get you a copy. They sent me like 100 of them, so I will.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'd be interested in that. I have it on videotape, and I'm thinking, is it worth taking the time to transfer that to a disc? But yes, it'd be great to have it on DVD.
In fact, the bootleg copies of the Wing Commander TV show that existed on the internet from 1998 until the DVD came out were the ones I made in high school. And carefully preserved.
Ben, we need you to embed the new galaxy map for the comlink.
There's a comlink on it, so you can publish it.
No, there's a new embed image because Mike, we put another one up. All right, have fun, Chris. I'll talk to you about. There's a new one that we had to upload because it had music underneath it.
Oh, okay.
So,
And so, are you
So
hanging
make,
him out of the
make
ring?
things happen.
so Ben, this is a usually you thing.
Oh.
What are you saying?
No, it's Turbulent has to do the videos right now. Send the YouTube link to Benjamin Fardell,
So the YouTube link to Benjamin Fardell.
and he will put it into the. Okay.
You'll put it in the com link. Benjamin Fardell.
Ben, come out, Mike. More.
Okay.
figure it out.
But I got is Tom Wilson. Didn't he do? He was Maverick.
Yeah, I know he's Maniac.
Maniac. Yeah. And Mark Hamill was Maverick, but Mark wasn't there that day, so I didn't get to meet him yet. I met him before when he did some promo appearances for Wing Command. But yeah, I was Chris Douglas and I were the ones doing the Bible keeping on Wing Commander. What does this go on? Yeah.
What he always wants.
Yeah. Oh.
That makes me think, what other obscure Wing Commander things from the 90s can I ask you about? What about the card game? Are you...
Wing Commander card game. I have a book full of pictures of cards from the Wing Commander card game.
Oh, that's interesting.
It never caught on. Wing Commander card game was 96 or so, wasn't it? I couldn't tell you how to play it. It's a collectible card game. Yep.
I'm good.
I'm good. Thanks. I'm good.
I'm good.
When's our next mini stretch?
What's that?
Mini stretch goal for
Oh,
today?
let's take a look.
What's coming up?
It is.
Actually, have we hit 11-2?
No, we have not yet hit 11.2. We're at 180-ish.
180. Okay.
David, are you doing this full time now still, or
Yes.
do you have other contracts with other companies? or still?
I work with other folks. I I do an amazingly lucrative and somewhat boring job for a life insurance company, producing their manuals.
How does a life insurance company come to you? I mean, everything you seem to do is fiction.
She Googled for desktop publishers. She was here in Austin. She Googled for desktop publishers and came up with me. It works out well.
If you go to the Ink and Monkey Gods website, he has the credits, and it's just an amazingly varied list of things.
We basically there for a period of time we were going out and trying to find any work we could get, which is what you do when you're running a company.
Right.
But there's some of that. There's a little bit with the games. I've worked on the Game Development Essentials series of college and high school textbooks on various game development. I do that with Jeannie Novak, and it's published by Cengage. And I do I collect the art, the screen images, and do the layout on that. And then something totally different, I do a series of teenage Bible study workbooks on history through the Bible. And that's a totally different brand, but
Right.
spend a fair amount of time on that as well. So various things.
So you also did role-playing games at one point.
As in GURPS, as in paper gaming.
That's what
Yeah.
paper.
I did some editing and development for TSR. I did some work for FASA on Renegade. That's right. That's how you knew about that. Renegade Legion and a little bit of Shadowrun and a little bit of actually a fair amount of MechWarrior. Doing some things. I mean, this is obviously dating me as well. And in fact, that's what I was doing right up until I got hired by Origin. So I've done. I came from board gaming, paper gaming, role playing before I got into the Origin job. So I did that type of stuff. What were you? You were.
Oh, I was gonna say, that sounds like you keep yourself rather busy over all the things you've done over the years.
It's when you're a contractor, it's good to be busy. And yeah, I keep Ben busy, and I keep David busy. I keep several artists busy.
It honestly is my favorite thing I do at Cloud Imperium is working on Jump Point with David. I know it's weird. You're like, oh, you work with Chris Roberts, it's so amazing. But I remember being a kid and knowing who David Ladyman was. So when I heard we were hiring him, I was like, oh my God, David Ladyman! I collected those playtesters guys with little bios in the back, so I knew all the Origin guys instead of like baseball players. I was a real strange kid.
Still are.
Yes.
But I mean, you've grown up to be able to do what you're doing here, which is really useful here.
But it was from growing up reading those Wing Commander manuals. And, I actually had a job for EA briefly where I did a David Ladyman style manual for their Xbox Live Arcade Wing Commander.
Yeah.
So, it's really great to do this for
To be able to sit down and do it, and it's fun to be able to write stuff and see it in print. So that part is neat for sure. We're not supposed to have dead air, are we?
Oh, it's okay. You should have seen it earlier. This is as civilized as this event has been.
Yeah, we
You're
were
sitting next to the king of dead air.
When Legante and I start getting bored, we start setting their propped weapons on the table.
Yeah, I don't know if you watch the show, but this is Legante and Kin Shadow and the guys who submit the increasingly elaborate videos each week.
Yeah.
You can say that.
Increasingly elaborate, yeah. Start getting into some serious special effects after a while.
Yep.
He's the one with pyrotechnics, though.
Yeah. I had some fun with that. What's funny is the person I was holding my camera was actually my older brother. When that missile starts sparking off and fire and everything, the shake looks like it's from the impact of like the shockwave, but it wasn't. It was my brother jumping back. I was like, oh, it's good. Yeah, it was in a very closed garage, so it was very loud and so that was interesting.
So our 13 million stretch goal is to get Legante a tripod.
I need a tripod.
Or another brother.
Or a shield for your brother.
I think he'd still jump. He has all his protective gear. He's just hold the camera. Well, thank you for helping, Matt. So. Well, what's next?
Yeah.
What's up on the
In
agenda?
fact, we're to 9:30. Is there a 9:30?
No, we do it every hour. So
Do it every.
Yeah.
So 10 o'clock's the next thing up.
10 o'clock's the next
Can
thing.
you say what's going on yet?
I can't because someone took my schedule. But our producer were to
So, you know, we have the 300i commercial director's cut.
Director's
Yeah.
cut.
I'm not
Very
sure we
special
wanna share
edition.
that. It might be something we.
Tomorrow. Sorry.
That's tomorrow. No, I'm just saying, we got a lot of different things we can show. So.
What's our 10 o'clock?
What's our 10 o'clock? Well, let me take a look.
Did you guys do those other 300i videos?
Well, it happens to
Maybe.
be the first of 300 series variants. And the first one's going to be the 315p Explorer.
What is
That's going to
that?
come up at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock?
Yep, that'll be at 10 o'clock.
Are you allowed to say how much it is?
I'm not allowed to say, because I don't know.
Oh,
And then
this is-
at the bottom of the hour, 10:30, we're going to have Dr. Hawk come in and hang out for a while.
At 10:30?
Mhm.
Not on the hour?
No, we have Tom Sim bottles.
oh,
He
the,
gets to be on the bottom.
oh yeah.
It's not there. Huh?
And then at 11 o'clock, not that it hasn't already happened, but we'll be doing the Idris reveal.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think
Good stuff coming
there'll
up.
be even more about the Idris. So
Yeah, those screenshots were
Don't-
not the final
don't
one.
Yeah,
believe
it's just
everything you see at forums.
Or on
So that's what's
Reddit.
coming up in the next couple hours.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
So I got nothing for 9:30, so you guys are on your own, sorry.
Well, I will make do.
Yeah.
I'm saying we should get. I got a deck of cards. We can do poker here.
You're a pirate. You're gonna cheat.
We could sit
That's
here
why I got the deck of cards.
and talk about our
They're stacked in
feelings.
your favor.
How do you feel, Legante?
I feel better.
That's just, psychiatrist Mixley over here.
Yes.
Actually, I'm going to give you your chair back.
Okay.
Oh, it's not mine. You have more to say than I do, so it's more interesting.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Appreciate
It's
it.
good
Yeah,
to-
oh, you can leave the jacket here.
Yeah, I can. It goes back out in the car,
Thank
right?
you.
Yeah. Thanks, Ben.
We
Oh,
enjoy
pleasure.
your work.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
you for coming.
Speaking of jackets, when are we going to see the Star
Bomber.
Citizen
Yeah,
jackets?
bomber jackets.
That's a good question. That's an LA question.
Is that a
No.
stretch
That's an
goal?
Alan question.
Well, let's call them. Where are those losers?
I'm not allowed to eat.
What?
Okay, how about the subscriber store in general? Do you know when that'll be coming up?
LA question. They do all the physical goods, both of them.
All right, LA's still in the office, so I'm going to make sure they're up and I'll get you guys connected.
Awesome.
Oh,
cool.
we can start pummeling them with questions now.
Yeah.
Do you know if there's going to be any subscriber digital goods?
No, I don't think we'll do subscriber exclusive stuff for the game. That comes
I
too
don't
close
mean it
to-
doesn't have to be ships. I'm just curious. Anything at all? Nothing.
Maybe.
Well, there are these PDFs that come out once a month.
Yeah, but that's not in the store. I meant the store.
I know.
I wouldn't mind giving David Ladyman even more work. We'll see. Actually, there's been some talk about graphic novels.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I saw the guy
The
crane.
Legante graphic
Oh,
novel.
there you go.
Yeah, I would read the graphic novel.
I would read that.
I'd read it.
I'm sure there's already some dirty ones on the forums.
It wouldn't be the internet without dirty pictures
I don't
of
even wanna see
Legante.
It's a pretty picture.
Hey guys.
Just leave the gas mask.
Not like yet.
Are they not? Are
It's
they not?
still loading in. That's a placeholder avatar / image thing with stuff.
Hey guys.
There we go.
Hi, you're
Almost
somebody.
there. Almost there.
Come
Why are
on.
there two?
There we go.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
What is happening now? Y'all have a good dinner?
Haven't done it yet.
We haven't had
Nope.
dinner yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope you eventually have a good dinner.
How you guys doing?
Should we pick out the wrong thing? Probably taking out part of the string.
That's it? Oh, yes.
Warren.
Oh,
Thank you.
Cool.
So did you catch our exciting interview with David Ladyman?
It was good. Always good to see Mr. Ladyman in the office. Or Ladyman.
Now it's on the bag for everybody.
Yeah,
we're-
audio's choppy.
We're not getting you all here. I don't know if you can hear us or not.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.